institutions are manipulating the price of XRP, and they're hiding the fact that your XRP, which is currently priced at $2.20, is going to be priced at over $300. And we're talking, and as early as in the next 24 hours, the price will begin soaring. And this can be clearly shown by the massive market manipulation that literally just happened minutes ago when XRP skyrocketed to $2.30 in mere seconds. And this is because a massive institution just bought XRP. And we're talking massive numbers here. $650 trillion is expected to move into the XRP ledger, with BlackRock alone said to be buying $9 trillion in XRP literally in the next 45 days by the end of 2025. So this alone will bring the price of XRP to $300 to $400. But it's been confirmed. Forbes actually stated publicly that they expect XRP to reach over $58,000 per token. No jokes, we are about to see XRP price at a massively new level, and it's been confirmed. And it's true, because these institutions want you to sell your XRP at these dirt cheap rates so that they can accumulate all of the XRP and then have it stabilize at a high price around $50,000 to $60,000. In fact, multiple venture capitalists, multiple massive management firms have all set the price and announced publicly that XRP is priced already at between $10,000 to $35,000. We're talking about one of the largest firms globally, and now Forbes is taking that as well and setting the price of XRP. Like, just listen to this.
How we get mass adoption, y'all. Everybody's got to learn. You probably missed this, but Forbes magazine briefly published an article for XRP to hit $58,000 and then deleted it almost immediately. Yeah, $58,000 per token, not $5.80, not $58, $58,000. Now ask yourself, why would one of the biggest financial media outlets put out a number like that? I'll tell you why. It's not random. It's not hype. It's math. And it's utility. If XRP is truly going to be the bridge currency for the new financial system, moving cross-border payments, tokenized assets, derivatives, CBDCs, then it's going to need to run trillions of dollars in real-time liquidity. The only way that's possible, a higher priced XRP. You can't move trillions of dollars through a token that cost a couple bucks. But at 58,000, you only need a few tokens to settle massive transactions instantly. That's how the new system scales. And the fact that they took that article down, that tells me we're closer to that flip of the switch moment than most people realize. Somebody said the quiet part.
And everything you're listening to is a fact because data reveals XRP has been subject to market manipulation. And today was the biggest example of that. When you look at the chart you're looking at right now, this is a market manipulated chart. Very quite clear. But data shows that XRP's price is being market manipulated by these massive institutions like BlackRock and JP Morgan. And again, you can clearly tell that that would make a lot of sense when you're saying, and you see somebody like BlackRock, a massive institution, have a report leaked that revealed that they will be buying $9 trillion worth of XRP. Just understand the scale of that and the massive price impact that this would actually have on XRP. And we can't forget that all of this is set to unfold potentially in the next 12 hours as big money is about to really enter the XRP ledger. We're talking that XRP right now under review to replace the entire US SWIFT system, which is worth over $1.5 quadrillion. And on November 17th at 8 p.m. EST, we are expecting to see a major turning point for the XRP ledger as the RailFi ecosystem, which is using the XRP ledger, is preparing a significant announcement for the Rail token built on the XRP ledger and targeting a global $1 trillion market. And even Brad Gerlinger's Ripple CEO hinted at this, saying that the era of 24-hour transfers is over and that transactions will soon be settled in seconds. And listen to me when I tell you people are going to become rich through the XRP ledger. I mean, the XRP ledger facilitates some of the most amounts of money. I mean, we're talking trillions here, trillions of dollars being facilitated on the XRPL. And right now, we are spending so much time being focused on what is XRP doing in terms of price that we're forgetting that the XRP ledger houses multiple other projects and that people are making tons and tons, we're talking millions of dollars off of other XRP ledger projects. But this specifically is massive. November 17th, a historic announcement will be made by the RealFi ecosystem specifically for the Real token. Now, the Real token is massive, and you gotta understand here that we are really talking about what is about to happen when $650 trillion goes into the XRP ledger, specifically hitting two key cryptos, which is the Real token and the XRP cryptocurrency, because obviously XRP is going to accumulate that wealth and it's going to be shifted directly into the Real token. So obviously in that perspective, you're going to have a massive supply shock. And this is the one, guys. This is where all the money is going to land. This is where generational wealth is going to be created. Because they're talking about a very low supply of only 22 million phase 1 supply. Total max supply is 1 billion. But when you look at it from the big perspective, demand will soar, supply will end up, because there's not enough supply. I mean, so you're going to have massive demand, not enough supply, and that will result in a massive supply shock. So obviously, the price has to soar as a result, because when you have high demand and not enough supply, the price has to take that impact, and so the price will end up soaring. And we're talking about massive numbers here, and I truly mean it. Take a look at what I'm about to show you right now. We are talking about the potential for XRP to literally soar to $11,000, but the Real token, it's suggested that it will literally go from 2 cents to 64,500. Because again, if only 1% of that $650 trillion market flows into it, then you're going to have a massive supply shock and the price will have to give in and the price will end up soaring to massive numbers. And this is why I got myself a nice bag. I mean, a lot of these experts and analysts are doing the same. You can clearly see that this is a massive analyst, 87,000 followers, and she's literally talking about, Real token going to $65,000, which is insane. But it's all extremely bullish, because what you look for when you look for projects are real-world, multi-trillion-dollar solutions that are real-world, facilitations, and most importantly, that is actually going to revolutionize a technology that's innovative and it's on the XRP ledger. And every single box gets checked by the Real token, and this is why, again, you're seeing there's going to be massive demand. There already is massive demand. We're talking about a 2 to 3 month old project that is literally up hundreds of thousands of percentages. So the numbers here are insane, and it's going to continue to go up. I mean, we're only getting started. I mean, once this thing gets listed on centralized exchanges, the price will soar. Because right now we're talking about no mass marketing campaign, no listings on any centralized exchanges, meaning it's quite hard to actually get into, but the price is soaring hundreds of thousands of percentages from launch. And so what we are about to see here is that massive shift where trillions of dollars end up going into the project, and then it gets listed on centralized exchanges. And so we're going to see just a massive up trend for the Real token. I mean, again, this is why people are very bullish. This is why we're seeing people talking about potentially going from 2 to 3 cents to 65,000, because when you have that much demand, like for example, right now, any project is listed in the real asset sector, basically on Binance or any of the big exchanges, most of them go into the hundreds of billions in market cap. We are talking, if that happens, exact supply shock, which is again going to soar the price to tens of thousands of dollars per Real token. So when you're talking about getting in early, like people that bought Bitcoin at $1 and it's skyrocketing to 120,000, people that bought Bitcoin at or Solana at pennies and it's skyrocketing to hundreds of dollars, people that bought Ethereum in the pennies and it's skyrocketing to thousands of dollars. They got in early before it was listed on centralized exchanges, before it was mass scaled. And so this is your once in a lifetime opportunity to actually do exactly that. And we're talking about a project that, again, that is on the XRP ledger, solving a multi-trillion dollar problem, and it's backed by a massive institution, RealFi. Guys, this is a massive institution. They actually allowed to buy multi-million dollar real estate properties using the XRP ledger, which is just absolutely crazy. And it shows you the momentum. There's even rumors that these guys are partnered with Ripple. So, I mean, when you look at the potential here in the mass amounts of wealth, the biggest global transfer that's about to happen, it's all about to happen onto the XRP ledger. And so I'm obviously very bullish. And again, you guys can clearly see that we are about to see the biggest market bull run, I think, to exist. We are going to see this very soon. I mean, there's a lot of talk. 45 days we're about to see Bitcoin hit 220K, and it makes sense what is happening exactly as expected. You need to have a retracement before you have another massive all-time high. Take a look at Bitcoin, for example. For Bitcoin to go to the massive high of $130,000, well, you needed to have a massive retracement. Like, for example, look at this. Bitcoin hit 100K, retraced to 79K, then skyrocketed to over 130,000. And now we're about to see the exact same thing, except even crazier. The retracement to 90,000 per Bitcoin, and then it's skyrocketing to over like 220K, which is what a lot of people are speculating. But imagine the price impact for altcoins, for cryptocurrencies like real tokens. I mean, these guys will literally soar to literally tens of thousands of dollars potentially. Again, this is why it's extremely bullish. Now, with all that being said, I don't want to take too long. I want to conclude the video here. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe, share this video. And with all that being said, guys, I'll see you in the next one. Again, follow, like, share, subscribe. I'll see you next time. All links will be in the description. I'm not a financial advisor. It's not financial advice. Always do your own research, and peace.